Hello everyone, welcome to my class of literary terms. Dear students, when we think of English as an elective subject, the best thing which we can do to understand English literature is to understand the literary terms which are used in English literature. Simply because by understanding these terms, we will be in a better position to understand literature as a whole. And for this, the best book available in the market and which we all should have if we are a serious student of elective English, that is a glossary of literary terms by M.H. Abrams. This book is in very easy English and all of you can always go through all the literary terms given over there. However, in case you do not have that book with you, you can always get hold of whatever kind of notes are available in the market, but try to understand the basics of each and every literary term. Today we'll be dealing with two literary terms, that is ballad and sonnet. So let's begin with the first one. The ballad is a part of folk literature. What is folk literature? Folk, that is any literature which is of a particular community. जैसे हम कहते हैं ना पंजाबी folk songs, that means वो पंजाब की community के हैं. Similarly, the ballad is a part of folk literature that is of a particular community. It is a song that is narrative in tone. So there are two things. Ballad is a song. It's not a poem. It's a song. And what kind of tone is there? It's narrative in tone. What is narrative? When we narrate something. And what do we narrate? We always narrate a story, an incident. That means the song is there. Ballad is in the form of a song, but in this song, we always hear a story, a tale, or about a particular incident. If we come to the literal meaning of this term, the term ballad means it's a dancing song, a song to be sung by the dancers. So all the things are clear. Ballad is a song, but it's not a normal song. It's a dancing song. That means it is a song which is sung by the dancers. That means dancers sing this song while dancing on this particular song. That is known as ballad. It is a short tale. I told you it's narrative. What is narrative? When we tell a story. So what does ballad convey? It is a short tale, बहुत छोटी सी कहानी, written in a light and rapid meter. What is rapid? Fast. Remember? In very many TV shows they say this is a rapid fire round. What is rapid? तेजी से, जो एकदम से move करे. And it is very true. Anything which moves rapidly, we feel like singing and feel like dancing with that song. And that is what the ballad is. It is a short tale written in a light and rapid meter and in a simple language. This is the beauty of a ballad. Anybody can read it, anybody can sing it, anybody can understand it simply because the words used in a ballad are very, very simple. It is written in simple language. Why? Because it should be reachable to all the masses. ये सबको समझ में आ जाए. That is why it's written in simple language. Now, who wrote these ballads? The ballads were generally composed by a group of persons. Not a single person did that. Very many persons in ancient times, they used to compose, they used to make this kind of song known as ballad and were generally anonymous. And if we happen to know, okay, this is a ballad which is very popular, who wrote it? We can never make a guess who wrote it. because it was written by a group of persons and most of the time it was generally anonymous जिसके बारे में हमें नहीं पता. We cannot say who actually wrote it. They were sung. Then how did the ballad reach us? फिर वो हमारे तक पहुंचे कैसे? जब हमें ये नहीं पता कि किसने लिखे, तो जब लिखे नहीं गए तो फिर पहुंचे कैसे? They were sung by wandering singers. So in old times when there used to be singers and dancers moving from one place to another, they used to move with those songs, those ballads with them. गाते बजाते वो जो सिंगर्स थे, डांसर्स थे, वॉन्डरिंग मीन्स घूमते फिरते, वो इनको गाते जाते थे. दैट इज हाउ दे केम फ्रॉम वन जनरेशन टू अनदर. एक से दूसरी जनरेशन तक ये बैलेड्स पहुंचते गए. The ballads generally deal with the tales of adventure, fighting, deeds of valor, disasters and the like. Now what are the topics of ballad? ये हमें पता लग गया कि वो जनरेशन से दूसरी जनरेशन तक कैसे गए. रिटन फॉर्म में नहीं गए, वो सिंगिंग की फॉर्म में गए, जो सिंगर्स गाते जाते थे. तो फिर वो किसके बारे में गाते थे? व्हाट वर द टॉपिक्स? द टॉपिक्स वर टेल्स ऑफ एडवेंचर, किसी की बहादुरी की कहानियां. फाइटिंग, कोई बहुत बड़ा युद्ध हुआ उसके बारे में. डीड्स ऑफ वैलर, वैलर इज ब्रेवरी, अगेन बहादुरी की बातें. डिजास्टर्स, कई बार कोई प्राकृतिक आपदा आ जाती है, ठीक है, तो उसके बारे में. नाउ व्हाट इज द फॉर्म ऑफ बैलेड? अ बैलेड हैज अ स्पेशल स्टेंजा फॉर्म. हम किसी भी सॉन्ग को बैलेड नहीं बोल सकते. बैलेड का एक पर्टिकुलर स्टेंजा फॉर्म होता है. ईच स्टेंजा कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ 4 लाइन्स. आई टोल्ड यू इट्स वेरी सिंपल. 4 लाइनों का एक स्टेंजा बन जाता है. दैट स्टेंजा is included in a ballad, and that is how ballad consists of different stanzas which are of 4 lines each. It is written in iambic tetrameter or trimeter. तो मीटर भी इसमें क्या कौन सा यूज होता है? either iambic tetrameter or trimeter. Some well-known ballads, अगर हम एग्जाम्पल हमने देनी हो तो वी कैन ऑलवेज से दैट सम वेल नोन बैलेड्स आर टेनिसन्स द लेडी ऑफ शैलट, कीट्स ला बैले डेम सैंस मर्सी, और हु कैन फॉरगेट दैट रॉबिन हुड. His songs, his ballads are very well known all over the world. And of course, you must remember the Ballad of Father Gilligan. It's one of the very beautiful ballads in which we are told that Father Gilligan was a very nice person. He always helped poor and needy. But one day he was very, very tired, but he was to go to somebody's place for help. And he could not go simply because he was so tired that when he just sat on a chair, he slept. And he could not go there. And the very next morning when he got up, he said that, oh, what I did, I couldn't go. मैं तो जा ही नहीं पाया वहाँ पे. But at that very time, there is a knock at his door and the person concerned tells him कि Father, आप जब कल घर में आए तो इस तरह से ये सब कुछ ठीक हो गया. At that time, Father Gilligan came to know that it was not he, but God himself went to help poor and needy. So the message the ballad gives that those persons who actually work to help poor and needy and help suffering humanity, God himself comes to help that particular person. So very beautiful ballad. So this kind of and another ballads we'll also be reading in our literature when we start with our literature class. But right now, you must understand this literary term. I hope it is very clear. Let me sum up that ballad is a part of folk literature, and we cannot call any song to be a ballad. It has to be a specific stanza form. And what is that stanza form? 4 lines make a stanza form. And then literally, if we try to understand, ballad is a dancing song, a song to be sung by the dancers. So this much for ballad. I hope the term is clear to you. Now let's come to another important term, that is sonnet. I personally like this term and I love sonnets also. When you develop a habit of reading poetry, you will also like sonnets. They are real good ones. So let's understand what a sonnet is. The sonnet is a poem of 14 lines. Now, any poem cannot be a sonnet. So what kind of a poem can be a sonnet? A poem which consists of 14 lines. तो पहली condition क्या है कि 14 lines की होनी चाहिए तो वो sonnet है. So the next question is that any poem which is of 14 lines, can we call it a sonnet? No. Another condition is the sonnet is a poem of 14 lines with a fixed rhyme scheme. उसकी rhyme scheme fixed होनी चाहिए. Now what is this rhyme scheme? We understand this thing, what is rhyming? Ana, jana, khana, lana, this is rhyming. When the last word of each sentence, each line, rhymes with the last word of other, then that poem is supposed to be written in a rhyme scheme. Now they say in a sonnet, this rhyme scheme is fixed. How it is fixed? The meter used is iambic pentameter. Okay, we understand. The name of the meter which is used in sonnet is iambic pentameter. Now, what is the other condition? They say a single idea is introduced, developed, and concluded in the sonnet. There cannot be very many ideas. अब 14 lines की poem है, तो छोटी पोएम है तो उसमें आइडिया भी सिंगल ही होगा. ये नहीं कि आप 4-5 बातें उसमें बोल दो. नो, अ सिंगल आइडिया. बड़ी सिस्टमेटिकली ये सॉनेट लिखा जाता है. दैट इज व्हाई आई लाइक इट्स ब्यूटी. अ सिंगल आइडिया इज इंट्रोड्यूस्ड. पहले एक सिंगल आइडिया दिया जाता है, डेवलप्ड, फिर धीरे धीरे पोएम में उसको डेवलप किया जाता है, एंड कंक्लूडेड इन द एंड, और फिर उसका कंक्लूजन होता है. वी विल अंडरस्टैंड हाउ. There are two types of sonnets. First, let's understand what type of sonnets do we have. First type of sonnet, which is very well known as the Shakespearean sonnet. Shakespeare, we all know, was a great English poet, artist, dramatist, playwright. He wrote poems also, and he wrote a collection of sonnets also. और क्योंकि उन्होंने बहुत ज़्यादा इसको पॉपुलर किया, दैट इज़ वाई his type of sonnet is known as the Shakespearean sonnet. And anybody who writes in that particular rhyme scheme, that sonnet is also called Shakespearean sonnet. Now, in a Shakespearean sonnet, what is the beauty? The sonnet has the rhyme scheme AB, AB, CD, CD, EF, EF, GG. Now, this is interesting. I told you, I gave you an example, if you can understand, ana, khana, jana, right? So, what is that? If we give A to the first line of the sonnet, then B to the second line of the sonnet, that means first line of the sonnet has a particular word which is not rhyming with the second one. So, we call it A and B. Right? Now, third line of the sonnet is again A. That means in Shakespearean kind of a sonnet, first and third line rhyme together. Second and fourth line rhyme together. That is why they say AB, AB. पहली वाली लाइन का लास्ट वर्ड और थर्ड वाली लाइन का लास्ट वर्ड वो आपस में राइम करते हैं. सेकेंड वाली लाइन और फोर्थ वाली लाइन वो आपस में राइम करते हैं. दैट इज वाई द राइम स्कीम इज ए बी CD CD EF GG. Right? Another qualification of Shakespearean sonnet is it has 3 quatrains. What is quatrain? Quatrain is 4 lines. इसमें 3 stanzas होते हैं 4 लाइनों के, and a couplet in it. और फिर 14 लाइन्स कंप्लीट करनी है ना, 14 लाइन्स, तो वो 12 लाइन्स के बाद देयर आर 2 लाइन्स एज अ कपलेट. Shakespearean sonnets have been written in this style. That is why this kind of sonnet is known as Shakespearean sonnet. Now, what is the other kind of sonnet? The Petrarchan sonnet. Why it is Petrarchan sonnet? Because the Italian poet Petrarch made it popular. Now, why it is different from Shakespearean sonnet? Because it is different in rhyme scheme. It has the rhyme scheme ABBA. ABBA, CDE, CDE. Now, what is this ABBA? I told you, if we give A to the last word of the first line, right? Then to the second line, we give B. To the third line, we also give B. That means first and fourth line, they rhyme together. And second and third line, they also rhyme together. So rhyme scheme is different. What was there in Shakespearean sonnet? Usme kya pada tha? ABAB. That means first and third line rhyme together. And in Petrarchan, this thing, what is rhyming together? First and fourth, second and third. So slight difference, but it's a great difference. It consists of an octave. अब उसमें क्या था? 3 quatrains थे. 3 into 4, 12 lines बन गई. अब इसने पेट्रार्क ने कुछ डिफरेंट करना था ना, तो उसने बोला नहीं, ऐसे तो शेक्सपियरियन वाला थोड़ा ना फॉर्मूला सेम होगा. तो उसने what he did, it consists of octave. Octave is 8 lines and sestet, that is 6 lines. उसने 2 पार्ट कर दिए पोएम के, एक 8 लाइन्स का, एक 6 लाइन्स का. 2 स्टैंजास बन गए और टोटल हो गया 14 लाइन्स. राइट? तो इसकी एग्जाम्पल क्या है? फॉर एग्जाम्पल मिल्टन, जॉन मिल्टन, अनदर राइटर, उसने बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुल एक सोनेट लिखा है जिसका नाम है ऑन हिज ब्लाइंडनेस. अपनी इलेक्टिव इंग्लिश की क्लास में व्हेन वी कम टू लिटरेचर पार्ट यू विल बी टॉट अबाउट दिस सोनेट ऑल्सो. राइट नाउ अभी आपको टर्म समझने के लिए सिर्फ आप ये अंडरस्टैंड कर लीजिए एंड लर्न इट बाय हार्ट. एग्जाम्पल इज मिल्टन्स ऑन हिज ब्लाइंडनेस. द सेंट्रल आइडिया इज इंट्रोड्यूस्ड एंड डेवलप्ड इन द ऑक्टेव. ठीक है, हमने कहा था ना एक सिंगल आइडिया पहले इंट्रोड्यूस होता है फिर डेवलप होता है, तो वो ऑक्टेव 8 लाइंस में क्या करते हैं, आइडिया इंट्रोड्यूस कर देते हैं, डेवलप करते हैं, फिर उसको नेक्स्ट 6 लाइंस में से पहली 3 या 4 लाइंस में कंटिन्यू करते हैं. इट इज कंटिन्यूड एंड कंक्लूडेड इन द सेस्टेट. और लास्ट वाली जो लाइंस होती हैं 6 वाली लाइंस, उसमें से हाफ करके वो उसको कंटिन्यू करके एंड में उसको कंक्लूड कर देते हैं. सो वेरी सिंपल. We have got these 2 types of sonnets. Of course, we can discuss about these terms in detail as much as we want. But since in your exams you are going to be asked about literary terms which will carry 3 to 5 marks only, so we will be concluding with this much. If you learn by heart, I'm sure you're going to get good marks in your exams. And again, I repeat that you must get hold of the basic book of literary terms, that is a glossary of literary terms by M.H. Abrams. If you study the same terms from that book, it will be very, very helpful. So keep trying, keep working hard. See you and thank you.